Hold it right there, partner. Captain? Captain! Oh, Captain, it's so good to see you. I thought I'd be alone down here after the wreck. You don't recognize me. It's me. First mate Alex Allison Mackenzie Dominique IV, the ship's resident acting extraordinaire, the life of the party. I know I'm a little transparent right now, but surely you remember your old buddy Alex. We sailed the seas and planned all our trips together. You'd set the course and I get the crew in shape to follow it. Clearly you lost part of your memory after the shipwreck. But no worries. A warm meal and a good drink will help you remember. This city has just the thing to help jog anyone's memory. Now, if you don't mind, right this way. Oh, and do mind the guards. They're quite sensitive to unwelcome guests. Oh, don't you worry. I'm vouching for you, so you're good. I'm just making it clear I'm vouching just for you, is all. Jeez, Cap. When did you get so suspicious? Come on. This place is beautiful. You'll love it. Here we are. Welcome to the grand city of Atlantis. I said, welcome to the grand city of Atlantis. Come on, Cap. Work with me here. Give me some applause. I'll take it. Thank you. Now, before you ask, because I asked the same thing, yes, this really is the lost city. This is why no one's found it. It sank all the way down here. And despite being here for, well, however long it has been, it still thrives. There's food, drinks, wood. I have no idea where it comes from. Supposedly the wood is from a local forest or something, though I can't imagine trees growing anywhere near here. The food and drinks, well, those are trade secrets. Or so I'm told. So, Captain, I know it's been, well, at least some time, but how did you survive the shipwreck? I mean, I'm happy you're still alive, but, well, it's kind of sad I'm a ghost and you're, well, flesh and blood. Oh. I see. Yeah, it's alright. No worries. There are perks to being a ghost after all. You'd be surprised how much I can still do if I put my mind to it. Speaking of, here we are. The garden. It's quite a beautiful sight. All these flowers, herbs, vegetables. How they grow with no light, who knows? Must be magic of some kind. The elves would know more. Oh, right. Forgot to tell you. Lots of things live here. Elves, werewolves, dwarves, vampires. The list goes on and on. They're all great once you get to know them. Oh, and get this. Apparently, they used to be all over the world at one point. Can you believe it? All those stories and fantasies were real. So yeah, the elves and the gardens, as we all know, they're your classic tree-hugging green thumbs that live forever. Though, considering I'm a ghost now, I guess I'll live forever too. But enough about that. You wanna go smell them? I know you're not too experienced in fluorescence. Most of ship captains aren't. But now it's the perfect time to stop and, well, smell the roses. My favorites were always the lavenders. Well, the sweet peas are a close second. how do I smell? Well, same as how I feel, taste, and, well, do anything really. I don't, but I remember how it should smell, so I smell them. See, turns out knowing how to act pays off. Don't point out the circle there. Breaks the magic. Anywho, go ahead and smell whatever flowers you so wish. They also have everything, from the sweetest roses to the most fragrant of lilies. All done? Great. Now, where to next? Oh, right, the residential block. Just right around the corner here, and voila! I mean, nowhere near as impressive as the supposed pure marble and quartz they had back in their heyday, but beggars can be choosers. Besides, I like them. Gives a more rustic feel, you know? Reminds me of home, back when we were just farm kids in the middle of nowhere. Remember our plan? We both wanted to see the world. So I tried to join an acting troupe and you tried to become a diplomat. Turns out, traveling the world is easy, so long as you can get on the boat first. Oh, and that's for the first voyage. I've been meaning to do that for a while, you jerk. You told me you bought us tickets to the other side of the world, and failed to mention that you bought it with our labor. But it got us there. And eventually, we got our own ship, and well, the rest is history. In any case, the houses are crude, to say the least, but they get the job done. It gets cold down here, so anything to help keep warm is always welcome. Hey, neighbors. Yep, those are my neighbors. I moved in recently. Or, well, I think it was recent. Hard to tell time with no sun and no watch. But anyways, they helped a lot with settling down and getting used to this place. Like I said, they're great once you get to know them. You think the vampire stories back home made them out to be huge monsters? Next up is my favorite place, the Market Square. Really, it's just a fancy mess hall, but the Market Square just sounds much more interesting, doesn't it? They don't really have money down here, but you can always work off your debts. Luckily for me, acting is one of the few entertainments I have here, so I'm in high demand. Two on two on acting coming in handy, eh? Okay, I'll drop it. Jeez, for no fun. So yeah, what you in the mood for? Oh, actually, there's this one place. This place is amazing. Absolutely delectable. You smell that? Their kebabs are their main food, but I really like their chef specials. The usual, if you please. Man, it feels good doing that. Just walking up and the people know you enough for you to just say the usual. A chef special. It's a kitchen sink type deal. Whatever they got on hand as best as they can make it. And today's special, frog's legs. You gotta try this. Tastes just like chicken. Or at least I think it does anyway. What? Don't want any? More for me. I thought you would like this. Your loss. And to wash it all down, a tall glass of bug juice. Delicious. Awful. My compliment to the chefs as always. I'll make sure to get you front row seats to my next play. Good food, good drink, beautiful sights. What's there not to love about this place, eh? Why not stay a while? I see. You have someone waiting for you. Well, there's one more stop and then our tour will be over. If you don't mind, right this way. Here, take this candle. It's an offering to the fallen. Hope you like incense. Here we are. Now just leave the candle here and there we are. This tower has a long story, one I'm currently trying to write a play for. I don't remember the details, but I'll tell you what I do remember, if you'd like to hear it. The world as we know it wasn't always what the world was. A long time ago, all manner of beasts and creatures lived together. They bickered and fought, but remained harmonious as a giant family of sorts. Just like me and my siblings, eh? Anyways, when Atlantis was created, it went by a different name. Funny, I don't remember what it was. Let's go with Veritas. Now, Veritas stood at the center of the world at the time, and because of that, it flourished as goods and materials made their way through it. The surplus of iron, wood, stone, marble, and gold allowed the city to grow incredibly quickly. With such a surplus, the leaders of the time wished to make a monument to symbolize their partnership. The tower was to be as tall as possible, a construction that would be built upon indefinitely as time passed. Silly, I know, but admirable nonetheless. And so, they set out to make the tower. Days turned to weeks, then again into months, and then once more into years. The tower grew and grew, each day one more stone, each day just the slightest bit higher. But, alas, all things must come to an end. One out of the fellowship no longer wished for the tower to be continued, or perhaps, more accurately, they never did. They tolerated it, growing more and more bitter over the years. It was then a secret plan was hatched. Under the cover of darkness, they snuck into the tower and began to remove some parts of it, piece by piece, block by block, until it could no longer stand on its own. As they broke and the workers returned, they hastily attempted to fix it, but their efforts were in vain. The tower collapsed. The wood, stone, iron, gold, and marble that once held it flew all over the city, burying it and causing it to fall into darkness. Horrified, the fellowship began to investigate the issue. When the second part of the plan was executed, seeds of doubt were planted. Arguments arose the once peaceful group, and one by one, members of the fellowship were voted and cast out. Each member desperately pled their case, but when the others did not listen, they were cast into the abyss that Veritas left, until there were only 2 members of the fellowship left. And so began the third phase. As time progressed, one of the members, with their short lives, slowly forgot the other races. Their records, books, and libraries were stolen and burned. Their history slowly turned to legend, then to myth, then to meaninglessness. The whole Veritas left slowly closed, leaving all the races that fell in its wake completely and utterly lost to time. They made their home in the ruins of the city, denied the pleasures of the world above, unwelcome in their former home, and remain trapped in the world below. There was one effort made against that, but it failed horribly. So horribly that another attempt was never made. And this is why this monument was built, to honor the brave and the fallen who risked everything to free the city from its prison. Someday, we will be freed. Someday. And when that day comes... Sorry, was that too long? You know me and my rambling. Anyways, that's the end of the tour. Let's get you to the other side where your friend is waiting. Welcome back. I hope your tour was informational. Your friend, they seemed nice. I hope they were just as you remember them. What do you mean? Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry too much. I wish you could have seen Atlantis in its prime. They say it was a beautiful city, filled with life, liberty, and happiness. A shame what happened to it. I'm sure it will rise again, but so long as those above stubbornly refuse it, I am powerless to give what those here rightfully owed. Yes, it is a sad tale, but I will make it right. I promise. Now, shall we keep going? There is still much ground to cover.